Got a super autumn evening here. Saturday evening, about 5:30, a little after. And I gotta have a little throttle therapy. So, I put these new pegs, foot pegs on this bike. They pitch forward enough that I can't hardly use these boots. I don't know. May have to go back to the other pedals or go with the one that everybody else gets, which is a super stock. I can't remember the name of the company, but these were, I had to modify them even slightly just to make them work. And that should have been my first clue. But anyway, yeah, they're so far forward, I kind of got to do some weird foot positions to get underneath that gear shift lever there. My other riding boots, they're just regular little urban motorcycle boot thing. They worked okay. But these are more of a work boot. And I've got one of those protectors to put on it because this shift lever on this Cowie is pretty rough. And it really tears into the leather. So I put one of those on, and with that thing on there, I couldn't even get my foot underneath the shifter. So took it off, and I'll have to think about what I'm going to do. Should have just bought the super stocks in the first place, I guess. They were the ones that a lot of people recommended. I had to modify these a little bit, put them on, like I say, so there's no returning them. They weren't terribly expensive. I wasn't thinking about the setting sun, or I would have worn my other helmet. It's got a visor on it, and I can keep my head dipped down and keep that sun out of my eyes. I'm not sure what's going on downtown, if anything is. A lot of times there is music going on somewhere. Getting a little late in the season, but might be something. Thought I heard some music coming from west of my house there. This went up and talked to the dealership here about the slow speed steering issues on this bike. I think maybe the nut on the headset maybe it's torqued to it a little bit too much. The dang steering kind of tries to kind of stick. Feels that way, it isn't, but it kind of feels that way. And then real low speed, you just kind of have a hard time with the thing. It kind of, like if you move the handlebars just a little bit, then they just freeze in that position, and then so you got to turn them back, and you're just constantly fighting it. And I hope, they said they'd take a look at it. It'll be a couple of weeks before they can get it in, and they told me even though it was a warranty deal, if they look at it and don't find anything, that I'll have to pay their half-hour diagnostic fee, which is not insignificant. I think it's $65. Super evening, man. I just had to come out. You know, there's just hardly any wind this late in the day. The wind's almost always blowing. Just gonna run out Yellowstone Highway here a little ways. Try not to get run over. Trees are hanging in there as far as green. Some of them are turning, some of them aren't. Just a matter of a week or two though, probably. We haven't really had a freeze yet, so once we get a freeze, I think that'll accelerate stuff. Other helmet might be quieter too. This air form has got those air vents that just really let a lot of noise into the helmet. I might see if I can't cover those with something. Maybe that'll help, because I'm sure you're hearing it just like I'm hearing it. It's a pretty loud racket. I think that other helmet is a lot quieter as well. This one's got a built-in sun visor, which is kind of nice. You can flip that down. No, I mean it's for a tinted shield, half shield. One of these days I'm going to get brave and gas this thing up, and I've got a couple of 1,500 liter fuel bottles that I'm going to strap to it, and I'm going to take off on the back roads, county roads, and make my way up to the Bighorns. And that'll be quite the ride. I probably won't do that yet this year. I'm definitely going to have to do something different with these pedals, or do something different with the shifter, extend it by an inch or two maybe. I've got pretty big feet. It was always kind of tight, but now it's really tight. I'm just hoping the dealership can help me out with this weird steering on this thing. The slow speed is just so weird. You know, I'm comparing it to a bike that has more road-oriented tires, but still, you know, back in the day I had an old BSA that had a pretty gnarly front tire on it, and it didn't do this, and it was just a big old beast, you know. I mean, it was so crude. A lot of fun, but boy, what a crude bike. know where I should go. I might run up keep on Wyoming Boulevard here and go up over the hill, kind of up towards the mountain. I probably won't go to the mountain. I've still got a lot of daylight. So maybe, I don't know, we'll see. River over there, down pretty low, getting clear. I need to go explore, look for the fishing holes. Another week or two and these trees will really be turning. And then they're not spectacular. It's not like back east, you know, with hardwoods and stuff. Be too long of a video. It'll take forever to post. I might have to shut it off here and start it up again later. I think I'll do that.